back to the video. Today I'm going to be doing the twin turbo ECU mod on my car. What's up, puppy? Come on. Come here. Look at my dog. Twin turbo dog. Alright, but yeah, I'm gonna show you all the parts you need. So you're gonna need the ECU, a twin turbo map sensor with the plug at the end. Shit's hard to get off. Yeah, so this is what you'll need. You need the plug, a DS62 igniter, usually says right there DS62, and you need the harness for it, or the plug. So get yourself 5 extra ECU pins, or get it from a junkyard. I had a spare harness that I cut off somewhere a long time ago, so I just pulled some out of there. So after you get your 5 ECU pins, you're gonna have to make a jumper harness like this. So look at one end, there's 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I soldered it all in one together, leading to one wire. So it'll look something like this. Everything else set aside like this. These two go in the engine bay, so let's go inside the car with these. So this is the only thing that will go inside the car. Alright, to start off, you're gonna have to take this off. Be careful. This just pulls right up. There's some clips in there. You just toss this up here. So if you come in here, there's a little clip you just pull out into the plastic. See how it just comes right out? Pull that out. Pull this out. Pull this plastic up so you don't rip that stitch out like I just did right there. Alright, let me get to that and get back at you. On the cover, there should be some bolts right there. And that's pretty much it. And I'm pretty sure this just pops out. But yeah, just fish that out somehow. Underneath that cover. I had trimmed this thing a long time ago because I couldn't get it to fit back in. So on the ECU, there's going to be a 10mm bolt right here. Just keep unscrewing that. And then this will pop off. This one, I believe, is just press this down on top and then you pull. So this is a JDM ARISTO ECU, a twin turbo one. And then compared to this one, this is a factory 5C manual SC300 ECU. If you're looking at the plugs, they're virtually the same, so that's why it's a good base to start off with. Alright, so looking at this diagram, right there, you're working with that part right now, and you're gonna go to your ECU plug side. You're gonna look for this red and yellow wire and this green and white wire. So the next 5 ones, those plugs right there, you're gonna take out. And that's where these 5 wires plug in to there. You know, there's gonna be these plugs on the ECU. What you do is just grab them by your fingernail and just pull them out, and that's it. So you got to do that in there 5 times next to this white wire right here, white and green wire. Alright, so I got the 5 plugs out. Here's what your pin out or pins will look like now. As you can tell, there's 5 extra space right there. And you get your harness and then you plug it in, or the harness you made, that jumper wire. All right, so I'm plugging in these wires. So when you're plugging these in, you should hear like a little click. If you don't, pull the wire back out and make sure you hear the click. Because if not, your wires aren't seated in all the way. So all 5 wires are in, you can tell. And if you check on the other side, you can see there's 5 more extra pins in there. Once you do that, give it a little tug, make sure it doesn't come out, press it in again if it does. And now, once you do that, you're working with this single end wire. So with the wire, you're gonna connect that one wire to. You don't have to cut it. So don't cut that wire. Just expose a little bit of it, just like how I did right there. And then this white wire, the single wire that came from the 5, will go into that one. And that's it for that plug. So that's it right there. So you're basically reading that. And the IGF signal, you can just get it from your old igniter and just repin it. And for this one, move pin 66 to pin 62, as you can tell right there. And that's it for the wiring on this side. And everything else is in the engine bay, which is pretty easy. So yeah, I'm gonna finish that and I'm gonna show you what it looks like. So quick tip of taking this connector off. This plastic white piece comes right off. You just get a flathead and just pry it off. And if you look inside right there, on the upper pin, on top of the pin, there's that plastic tab. You just lift it up slightly and you just pull it out, like how I did here. And make sure you keep track of your wires. Alright guys, so right now I'm doing the MAP sensor wiring. So in the diagram, you're looking at the MAP sensor like this, right? With the probe facing down. And the connector goes this way. So this is all temporary now until I get it started. And once I get it started, I'll button everything up. So on the MAP sensor, as you can tell, there's gonna be a yellow, black and yellow, and brown. So on your old MAF, you want to connect that the brown to the brown, the black and yellow to the orange and green, and then the yellow with the silver dots to the blue and red. And for your IAT, you're going to want to connect one of those pins to the black and yellow, or the yellow and black, and one to the brown. And that's it for the MAP and the IAT side. Right, so here's the update on how to wire the DS62 igniter. So on your original igniter, which looks like, let me see if I can find it. It looks like this. So this is your original igniter. So on the original one, there was 5 pins, or a 5-pin plug. So what you want to do is take out the plug and unpin those 5 wires. And those 5 wires are the, here, let me show you. So it's going to be this red and yellow one, white and green. And move this out the way. Black with like silver dots, black with the orange stripe, and then white with the blue stripe. And this is where you connect them. So if you're using the stock distributor and the single coil right there, you're not going to be using these 2 right here or these 2. So this, you can see right there, and this ground, I'm just running it to my battery right now. I would recommend switching to like a chassis ground, but this could work temporarily for startup. So here's another look. And here is the label for them. So yeah, but make sure on your ECU side, those 5 pins that you're making into one connects to coil number 1. It could be like switched around, but make sure like it's this one, which is, I forgot which pin it is, but make sure the color is matching from here to there to your ECU. And that's pretty much it. Your IAT will come for your MAF. Your MAP will come for MAF too. So it's 3 plugs or 3 wires and 2 wires. And that's it. And it'll run.